Here are some quick beginner tips for cutting and hanging drywall. Carefully measure and cut each board to size. When cutting drywall, you want to make sure you use a sharp utility knife to cut the face. If you have a lot of drywall to hang, buy a drywall tee to help you make quick, accurate cuts. In this video, I'm just using my 4-foot level to mark and cut for this small job. Make sure that your cut is deep enough to go through the paper at least. I tend to go a little bit deeper than that because I want to make sure that when I snap that board, it is going to be a perfectly straight line. So sometimes I go about halfway through the board with my knife. It's probably overkill, but makes life easier. Once I finished that cut, all I had to do was apply a little bit of pressure and the board bent perfectly against that line. Then you move to the back and you cut through the paper with your utility knife and you are good to go. Also, when you are marking up your drywall, only use pencils because pens and markers will bleed through most paints and primers. You can use framing nails to help you hang drywall by yourself like I am here. Just lightly tap them into place. You don't want to sink them all the way. Just deep enough to hold that drywall for you while you screw it into place. Make sure that you hang your drywall horizontally because it will reduce the amount of material that you use and reduce the amount of seams that you have to patch later. Make sure you use a drywall screw setter and drywall screws when you're hanging your drywall. That screw setter is going to save you so much time. It's going to perfectly sink each screw for you, the perfect depth into the drywall to make it easy to patch later. You also want to make sure that you are hanging your drywall from the ceiling down. That will keep the seams at eye level or within easy reach and make patching that drywall easier later. You can mark your studs with a pencil to make it really easy and clear where your screws need to go before you start screwing in. If you are just patching a small area like I am in this video, make sure that you have studs behind both left and right sides of your drywall and also behind any corners. That'll prevent you having weak areas that could be damaged later. You want to keep those screws 3/8 inch away from the edges to prevent damaging the drywall. On the left and right sides, you are going to space your screws about 8 inches apart. So that's 7 screws on the left and right side. On the studs in the center, you only need 4 screws spaced 16 inches apart. I usually am really bad at eyeballing 16 inches, so then I throw in a 5th. That just means that I have extra patching to do later, but it won't hurt anything. I'll put all of these tips in the description below. Be sure to comment if you have any questions, and good luck with your project, guys.